Your New Orleans Pelicans fall to the Golden State Warriors 111-95 here tonight at the Smoothie King Center. A lot of good plays from guys in the second half, but in the end, too much of that guy right there, Stephen Curry. He just makes some ridiculous looking shots.
Yes, he does.
And he makes it look easy. It's almost not fair.
It's not. It's not.
Welcome to Pelicans OT, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer, Andrew Lopez. This is Wes Johnson. Wes, let's just kind of start with the fight you saw in the second half. What did you like? And look, you're undermanned. You know that, but not letting go of the rope, so to speak.
You want that. You want to come out and compete first and foremost. You want to do that. But like you said, we're undermanned. But you like the guys that continue to come out to play the right way. You saw how Bruce got out to a good start. You saw the guys following suit. Keion Brooks get in, doing his thing. So you saw guys really chipping in and trying to chime in and trying to play the right way. As far as running the court, defensive rotations, knocking down shots, attacking the basket. So that's all you can ask for, especially when you don't have the guys that you're used to having out there.
You're not usually going to talk about a guy who shoots 33% being the guy of, this is the one we have to talk about, but not every guy is Stephen Curry. 7 of 21, but the shots that he did make seem like they were very, very timely.
I mean, we always say shooter shoot. He's the best shooter ever. So one thing you can count on him doing is shooting the basketball. Him being able to draw that much attention from his three-point shot, he's able to continue to move around. That's another thing about him that is one of the best. He's able to play off the ball, and everybody's looking for him. So his movement off the ball makes him just as much of a threat as in being able to shoot the three-point shot. So, yeah, that's why he's one of the best.
Let's take a look at our FanDuel final stats. 41% for both teams. Just a nudge better for Golden State. 13 of 55 from three. You shoot 6 of 28 from three in the first half, 7 of 27. What's crazy is you missed 23s in both halves, and you still end up with that much of an advantage. Just 7 of 23 for your Pels. Second chance points, 36 for the Warriors. At one point, they were 10 of 11 on their second chance opportunities. Finished 10 of 15, just 3 of 6 for your Pels. Obviously getting to the line a lot. A lot of turnovers for your Pels, 16 points off of turnovers. Before we talk about our Pelicans, I do want to ask you, you've had to guard that guy, Stephen Curry, when he was that guy, Stephen Curry. MVP, Stephen Curry, unanimous MVP. For the people at home, what is that like?
A nightmare. It is a nightmare, literal nightmare. So for one, he can shoot all over the floor. But it's not him shooting. Once he gives the ball up, that's when it's like you're live. It's like you're at the starting blocks and they shoot the gun and take off running. That's what it feels like because you're chasing him everywhere and he's going to shoot off balance, falling away. So, yeah, your night is going to be a long night, especially when you're playing Steph.
Sometimes when you get those shots going back at Oracle.
Yeah, no.
Some of the loudest you ever heard in NBA.
Oh, my God.
Arena. Let's take a look at some Missi for tonight. 12 points, 10 rebounds. His rookie-leading 12th double-double of the season. Again, finishing the season the way you want to see him finishing the season.
Yeah, he's figuring it out. I mean, say the rookie wall he hit, and he's continued to press the issue. You see him adding stuff to his game, the floater right here. You see him wanting to add that to it. If he add that to his game, you'll see those points and start slowly increasing. But you see the athleticism, blocking shots, running, dunking. That's all that was God blessed him with. But him adding that little touch shot around the rim, that's the growth that you want to see.
How important is it for him? We know this is the work that he's going to get in practice, but for him to, in live game action, get 2, 3 of those little push shots per game the rest of the way out.
That's just confidence and trust. You're going to continue to work on it in practice, but implement it into the game. That's something that you want to continue to do. That's, you know what, I'm just going to trust it and just shoot it because I've been doing the work. So it's now putting it to use.
When we come back after this break, we're going to put a bow on this game. Talk a little bit about what's coming up for your New Orleans Pelicans. We'll be right back on the Gulf Coast Sports and Entertainment Network. Elfrid Payton, here's one of his 10 assists tonight. That was a big one to Carlo. His third game. He hasn't played that many. His third game this season with 10 assists for your New Orleans Pelicans. Welcome back to Pelicans OT, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer, Andrew Lopez, Wes Johnson. One of the games, or one of the players that we've been waiting to kind of see some better games from has been Bruce Brown. Mentioned during the broadcast his struggles from three early on. He started off, hit his first 2 tonight. finishes with 18 points. What have you seen from Brooks as he kind of gets comfortable with this group?
That's it. He started to get covered. He started to settle in. He started being aggressive. He stopped thinking. He just started playing. And he's been around. He knows how to play. So him trusting his shot and then those shots that he's comfortable with, especially from the corner, of being active on defense, that's what can help him get him going and get into a rhythm. Offensively, that flow, that's what we've been seeing as of late. But him continuing to press the issue and shooting and being aggressive, because now it's like the games are winding down. We got 9 games left, but now it's like trying to assert yourself, continue to play, have fun, because season's about to end, so you want to see him settle in.
18 points, 7 rebounds, also had 2 blocks and 2 steals. Here you see our box score from tonight's game. A great fourth quarter for your New Orleans Pelicans. You're trying to figure things out. That's when Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green go, and they put up that defense that has been so good. For the Warriors, Stephen Curry, 23 points. Jimmy still finished with 18 and 10. Feels like that was a quiet 18 and 10 for Jimmy Butler. Kuminga came off the bench, 16. Quentin Post, as you turned up, he had a really good game. 15 for your Pels. We talked about the 12 and 10 for Eve. J.R. with 11. Jose with 10 as a starter. And then Keion Brooks coming in late, 11 points in just 15 minutes. His second straight game in double figures. He's really he's starting to make some impressive plays here.
Yeah, he's playing the right way. I mean, he's being a basketball player. I'm going to shoot him when it's open. If not, I'm going to drive. I'm going to cut. I'm going to just try to do anything that I can to make it easy for the guys. Like, I'm going to space the floor when he needs to. But you want to see him continue to be aggressive and assert himself. But I like how he's been playing. I like how confident he's been playing. Playing downhill, playing like I belong here. Because this opportunity that's here, it doesn't come that often, so take advantage.
When he talked about it at shoot-around this morning, he talked about wanting to make winning plays, despite being at this point in the season. Nobody wants to be here, but how important are those little things, especially when this is a guy who was with you in Summer League, was with you for a couple of games in training camp, was with the Birmingham Squadron, now trying to make his way and earn him a spot going into next season.
Exactly.
How important are those winning plays?
Because now you're showing a different side of yourself. They seen you down with the Squadron. They saw you in training camp, so now you're getting the opportunity to play against the best. So they want to see if you can play the right way and not be selfish. Come out and do what's expected of you as far as the game plan, but come out and make those plays that he's been doing. So if he continue to do that, he's opened up a lot of eyes.
When we come back after this break, we're going to hear from Willie Green. Put a bow on this one. We'll be right back on the Gulf Coast Sports and Entertainment Network.
I thought the guys really, put forth a really good effort. They played hard. They competed. They played for each other, played together. But when you're playing against a really good team, you have to try to do your best to sustain it for 48 minutes, be solid for 48 minutes to your point graph, rebounding the ball, finishing possessions. Our defense was solid. Now you got to finish those possessions. They had 36 second chance points. And then offensively, cutting down on the turnovers a bit, 16 turnovers, 23 points off our turnovers. So that's the difference in the game. But the effort was there. The competitiveness was there. Just came up short.
And we're just going back to the beginning of the game. Jose kind of did what Jose does, brought a lot of energy. But what does it say about him that he can just consistently do that, no matter if it's the beginning of the game or end of the game or just whenever you need to do that?
Jose's been great. Stepping into a bigger role right now with guys out, managing the team. We need him to do both. Manage the team, but also pick spots where he can be aggressive and score. We need him to space the floor. So he's been doing all of the things incorporating all the concepts. But we all know when he touches the floor, he's going to bring it. He brings energy. He competes. He's a leader, and he'll continue to do that, for the rest of the season, just step out there and take advantage of the opportunity.
Not too many of these next fives left once we get down to the end of the season. Your upcoming schedule brought to you by New Age Products. Our next home game, the Charlotte Hornets on Sunday. As you heard at the end of the game, the LaMelo-less ball. The LaMelo ball left. The Charlotte Hornets won't be there. Then you go to 2 games at the in LA. The LA back-to-back, the LA Clippers, the Los Angeles Lakers, a home game. That's one of those rescheduled games with Milwaukee. Then you go to Brooklyn and finish up the season right after that. Before we get into talking about the Charlotte Hornets, let's go back to what Willie talked about. The points off turnovers and the second chance points.
Yep.
Those are really, when you hold a Golden State team to 41% shooting, 24% from 3, you feel pretty good about that, especially when you're right there in free throws. You're 22 of 28, they're 22 of 29.
Right.
How important were those tonight?
Very important, because now you're feeding a team that is high-powered, high-octane, especially with the shooter with Steph, especially with Jimmy, even though he didn't have a good shooting night per se, but you have a team that thrives off those type of second-chance points and basically thriving off turnovers. So if you're able to control that when you're holding them to a bad shooting night like this, this is a recipe for a win. But if you gift them points, you're not going to come out on the other end of it. But it was something that you would say we're outmanned or whatever, but we had a good game plan going into it, so we stuck with it, but it was just one of those things that we couldn't hold on to the rope long enough.
The Charlotte Hornets, they lost tonight to the Toronto Raptors 108-97. Again, we'll be without LaMelo. He's going to have those procedures done. So now you're looking at a team who is also kind of in the same boat. They don't have their superstars. They missed Brandon Miller for most of this year after the injuries that he's had. So what are you kind of looking for on Sunday against a team who's going to they're going to come in with a roster that's a little similar to yours in terms of guys who are trying to compete, not just for roster spots next year, but for the year after?
I mean, this game, the previous game, we've been playing the right way as far as ball movement, defense. So if we continue to play like that and come out and just compete, we said it early on in the pregame, play the right way. Everybody's still playing and auditioning. So if they could address it and come like that and play like that, we'll be fine, especially with a short-handed Charlotte Hornets team coming in.
Mark Williams, 18 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists for night. 9 of 9 from the field. That's a guy who, like, when you look at what Yves Missi, the strength aspect of it, it's going to be an important matchup for him.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch, especially them battling that going out. So Missi's starting to catch rhythm again. So him having a game like that and really getting his feet back underneath him, it's going to be a fun matchup.
Can't wait to see what he's going to do. Can't wait to see what Carlo is going to do. It's going to be one of those matchups to watch. Jose Alvarado, as he continues, as they were talking about in the press conference, he brings that energy all the time. Just a little bit too much of Stephen Curry tonight. We're going to be back with you on Sunday, 6 o'clock, 5:30 for Pelicans Live. We'll be seeing you on then on the Gulf Coast Sports and Entertainment Network.